know I'm about to go in. Told me that I couldn't do it, but I gotta bring it back, so they're really on with it. Let's go. Tell me where you're from, where you stay. Know I keep it lit from the coast to the bay. Peace on the right.
If you guys are sick of wasting money on packs, go check out my sponsor. They offer the cheapest and most reliable way to buy coins straight from the source. Use code MAZE at checkout for 15% off your entire order. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this week's Weekend League Recap. In today's video, we got parts 2. And that's it, just part 2. If you missed part 1, we're 5-0. We are undefeated. We're hoping to keep that streak alive as we head into games 6 through 10. And we got a couple really close ones in here. Normally, the first 10 games of the weekend are a little bit easier than the rest of the road, but we had the misfortune of matching up with a top 100 ranked opponent. And hold on to your seats, boys, because it's a slobber knocker. And as always, before we get into the games, we're going to go over the best comments of the day. The first comes from Bdor54. He said, haven't watched yet, but I know Maze will throw more picks than TDs. LOL. You're pathetic. And the second comment comes from Calvin Williams, who said, I want to cuddle Maze and throw up at the same time when he wears a turtleneck. Well, you know what? I wasn't wearing a turtleneck, guys. I got so many comments about my turtleneck. That's a quarter zip. It zips down a quarter. It's not a turtleneck. There's a difference. Next video, I'm wearing a turtleneck. For you, Calvin. Okay? Okay? And one more thing before we get into the video, guys. We are very close to 100K. The road to 100K is almost over. And I know there's a lot of guys who are watching this video who are not subscribed. So if you fuck with your boy, and if you want to help us on the road to 100K, hit that sub button, hit the noti bell. I'll love you forever. Let's get into the video. The team is looking as beautiful as ever. And in this video, I kind of want to put the spotlight on our main man, Barry. Because Barry Sanders, you're going to see in this video, I feel single-handedly won me a game. And the reason for that is when somebody is running edge threat or double or nothing, I'm not running any edge protectors right now. I have no O-line abilities, so they tend to get a lot of block sheds, and that's when I rely on our man Barry. On defense, we're running route KOs primarily instead of one step ahead. Now, I know the meta right now is one step ahead, but I feel like route KOs can be a little bit better. Basically, how they work is if you don't click onto your DB, even if they're beat by a little bit, they tend to get these weird animations and just knock the ball out for an incomplete pass. So we're going to see that in this video a little bit, but getting into the first game, my opponent is going to dump it off to Bo Jackson and take it for about 75 yards. Now, thankfully, we had a couple guys running downfield. That's Charles Woodson with the speed, running him down, getting him tackled inside the 10, but it ends up not making a difference as he gives it right back to Bo and gets in the end zone. So starting off the game down 7-0, but Rock Hard Rich is not going to let that slide. He fires one deep, and that's Randy Moss with 99 speed on the other end. Now, Randy Moss has route tech, 99 speed, but his DB had one step ahead, so that just shows how good that S post can be. And we tie up the game early. Now on defense once again, and he fires a Stevie. That's intercepted by Deion Sanders at about midfield, and he's getting a solid return. I don't really know what this guy was doing. He was like clicking onto his lineman, running away, maybe trying to give me a pick six. I don't know. Doesn't matter though. We followed up with a laser to our number 1 target, Jermichael Finley, for the touchdown. Now we have the lead 14-7 as we near the end of the first quarter. We almost sacked him, but he ends up getting the pass off. But a couple good defensive stands in a row gives us a 3rd and 41. Very comfortable situation for a defense to be in, to say the least. My opponent throws another Stevie. Troy Vincent in the area to get the perfect timing user pick, and he's got a little bit of an opportunity for a return. He goes to the outside. Maybe one too many stop and goes. Maybe I'm getting too fancy for my own good. I gotta chill out. I agree, I gotta chill out. We end up settling for a field goal, 17-7, up 2 possessions. The 2-minute warning has hit. Gannon looking to pass again, and who is it? None other than Vincent. This time, Vincent, you know what, Vincent? Get a better return, bro. That's the second time you've been ran down this game. Just be better, man. 2nd and 4. Barry Sanders hit on the catch, and the ball is kicked around like a hacky sack into my opponent's arms. Very unfortunate way to end the half, but we do still have a 2-possession lead. It is our ball in the 3rd quarter. Starting off the half strong with a laser to Randy Moss. Now 2nd and 10, and I know we're already looking for Jerry Rice. He beats his man. We pass lead to the outside, and even though it was an accurate pass, it just sails over his head. This keeps happening, and I feel like it's been happening a lot more lately. Like, he's open, it says bullet pass, which means accurate, and yet it still sails over his head. And you know how Madden works. Once you get cheated, you're gonna make a mistake after that. So I threw it right to him. Now, granted, that wasn't the best read, but if I would have got the catch on the last play, we wouldn't even be in this situation. So I blame EA entirely. But now the game is within 3 points. 1st and 10, my ball again. We find Jermichael Finley. I think the J is silent sometimes. And now we're at midfield, and we're going to continue driving this time. Don't let it go. There we go, Jerry Rice. Make the catch this time. He beat his man again on the same corner route. This time it results in a touchdown. We extend our lead to 2 possessions again, but this time we got to play a little defense to keep that lead. A terrible throw from my opponent. That was honestly not the worst read. I don't know what the throw is from his quarterback. Like, that was just a terrible throw. Not really his fault, but we luck out. I got cheated, then he got cheated. All is well in the Madden world. We followed up with a run to Barry Sanders to get in the end zone and now have a comfortable 3-possession lead late in the 4th quarter. That was just a drop pick. And like I just told you earlier, every time you get cheated, something bad is going to happen right after. So we dropped an interception. I'm now fully expecting on 4th and 10 something even worse to happen. And yes, I was correct. Randy Moss on the streak on 4th down, beats Charles Woodson over the top. Thankfully, we got 27. That was Trey White who's able to run him down, tackle him at the 3-yard line, and we hold strong in the red zone. Now, that's something I pride myself on. Very good red zone D. This man had the audacity to kick a field goal. It didn't matter. The game was over. I just ran out the rest of the clock. So we got the victory. Our record now sitting at 6-0, and the undefeated streak is still alive. Going into Game 7, hoping to keep the momentum rolling. Starting off hot on offense, we got Randy Moss who's going to take it up a seam, and that 99 speed gets the yardage quickly. Now across midfield at the opposing 41, looking to pass once again. This time it's Jerry Rice on the out route. He gets to the outside and hits a seam of his own all the way to the 4-yard line and inside scoring distance. Usually I would be running the ball here, but we got stuffed on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down, and we go for a pass, and it bounces off Randy Moss's hands. Now, 4th down, I know it's a tough catch. I expect you to make that. Randy Moss, debatably the greatest receiver of all time. You can catch a slant going to your knees, buddy. And if you can't, I'm going to make you get on your knees for a different reason, so you better make that goddamn catch. Now my opponent's ball, and he is driving. Thankfully, our defense is staunch. 4th and 25 from his own 30. He decides to go for it, and Sean Taylor gets the pressure and gets us a turnover on down. So now we have a chance to make up for what we did last time. We throw it to Jerry Rice, who makes another great catch, and now we're at about the 10-yard line once again. From here, I told you guys I do want to run the ball, so run the ball we do. Barry Sanders getting into the end zone, getting our first points of the game. Now 7-0, and my opponent is faced with a 4th and 11. He finds a read on the sideline. I don't know where my curl flat was. I had a 20-yard curl flat that just for some reason doesn't want to play the sidelines. Have you guys noticed that as well? That the curl flats have just not been playing very close to the sideline. They almost play at the numbers. It's weird, man. EA's been doing a lot of weird shit lately. Jerry Rice, make the catch, baby. A great throw, a great catch with 1 minute remaining in the first half. Takes us to the 39-yard line. We are looking to score another lob pass. That's how to Michael Finley making the grab and getting into the end zone at the end of the first half. 20 seconds now remain before we get into the 3rd quarter. My opponent looking to make a throw, and that was, I think he got hit as he threw it. I don't really know. Bad throw from Michael Vick, and Deion Sanders getting a very solid return to about midfield. Connection repair has been lost. That is going to do it for Game 7. Now 7-0, and I gotta warn you guys, I played most of my games like back-to-back. So the Madden fatigue may be starting to settle in, but because we're still inside the first 10 games, we're hopefully gonna ward it off for a little bit longer. Now getting into Game 8, going against the Jags, and we're starting on defense. We got him in a 4th and 6 early. He decides to run with Lamar Jackson. A great click on a Deion Sanders who absolutely annihilates the knees of that boy Lamar. Take another look at Deion diving and just, land on your head, bitch. I hope you like that one. Now, hopefully, our offense can capitalize on the stop. Our defense got us 1st and 10 over the middle. Very risky throw. Honestly, almost intercepted by Jeremy Chin, but we just squeezed it in there. Now, on 2nd and 10, Jermichael Finley making an absolutely insane catch. I think like 9 out of 10 times he drops that, so I was pretty fortunate to get the catch there for the touchdown. Now, my opponent's ball once again, and he's getting to about midfield where the defense ends up holding strong. 4th and 23. He goes with like a triple play action. That is not the move on 4th and 23, sir. That was definitely not the play. I think that was just a coach suggestion because there's no way somebody went in their playbook and called that on 4th and 23. Regardless, it's our ball once again. Now 2nd and 13, and Gannon is looking to pass. He sees Jermichael once again on the sideline, and you guys are probably starting to realize Jermichael Finley is an absolute beast. He makes so many catches. I really believe he's the #1 target on my team and in this offense. And after the run from Barry Sanders, connection repair has been lost, bringing our record now to 8-0. Getting into Game 9, I told you guys, let's watch out for this Madden fatigue as we get matched up with Foolish Kitty Cat. Now, I didn't actually know who this was, but I was hanging out in somebody's Twitch stream, and they were telling me that this guy's name is KCP. Apparently, he's friends with a lot of people in the community, and he is a consistently ranked top 100 player. So I checked the leaderboards. He is top 100 for this week, and we got matched up with him. So starting off the game on defense, not a great start. As you saw, Troy Vincent just out of his reach, and he ends up taking it for a long touchdown. So now the pressure's on our offense. And you know me, I tend to fold on offense under pressure. The defense is where I want to make my living, not the offense. But we're starting off hot, getting a solid gain with Barry Sanders across midfield. And you notice he's running big dime 1-4-6. So something I was doing a lot on this drive was just audibling to this inside zone, trying to get him out of 1-4-6, because frankly, I did not want to have to pass against 1-4-6. Now, I did pass every now and then. You see Jermichael Finley getting the catch in the flats, another solid gain. Now inside the 10, and you can't really run big dime 1-4-6 inside the 10. If you do, I'm just going to run the ball. So he switched to 3-3-5 wide. Looks like he's running some kind of man-zone hybrid, and we end up finding the slant in the back of the end zone. That's our main man, Jerry Rice, and we tie up the game 7-7. Now on defense, once again, I'm not really running that man look as much, and we get a crazy look from Isaiah Simmons. Let's take another look at this. I think I was like 10 yards underneath the route. We pressed triangle at the right time, and he's able to extend the body, high point the ball, and get the interception. So a fantastic way to follow up that great touchdown drive. And you see we are trying to get him out of 1-4-6. Barry Sanders with a great run, picking up honestly about like 30 yards. A nice little cut there as we get to the 17-yard line. And now that we're inside the red zone, he can't really run 1-4-6 anymore. That's a laser. An absolute laze, getting us into the end zone and taking the lead early. Now 14-7, our ball once again. And you see this crossing route that was like 40 yards downfield. That is going to give us some problems throughout the game. So keep that in mind. You see, I'm adjusting my curl flat depth to now 25, hoping to stop that crosser by any means necessary. And we get a little lucky right there. We shaded underneath with our man coverage. We sent a blitz, and he ended up trying to dump it off to the quick curl. And because he threw it a tad bit too early, Rod Woodson is able to undercut that, get the interception, and take it back the other way. So now our lead is at 14, and we're getting the ball to start the second half. So if he doesn't get some points with the remaining time here in the second quarter, he could be in trouble. He's dropping back with Herbert now, and we only sent 2, so we got a lot of heavy coverage on the field, and he finds his trusty old crosser. I told you guys, this crosser was our Achilles heel. I couldn't figure out how to stop it. My curl flats weren't stopped. I didn't know, man.
Surprise,
but thankfully,
motherfucker.
Isaiah Simmons is just a god. 6'3", really good jumping, really good speed, and he gets an interception to save the day. Takes it back from the opposing end zone almost all the way for a touchdown, but gets tackled at the 26. From there, we kind of just chewed the clock down, took our 3 points, because we got a 3-possession lead now in the second half, and it's our ball. So that is obviously an ideal situation. I'm legally blind. There were very few things I could have done to mess this up, but that was one of them. On the opening play of the second half, throwing an interception, and then he's going to follow it up. And I told you guys, this crosser was brutal. That crossing route from Deion Sanders making another appearance as he gets in the end zone and cuts our lead to 10. Now, I do want to point out he is now out of 1-4-6, and he's running a double Mabel look. So we were making our reads over the middle and throwing the crossing route early. And here on 4th and 8, this was a really, really good adjustment by him. So instead of double Mabeling, because I was just throwing that crossing route early, he turned the curl flat into a hook curl. So you see Sean Taylor is no longer playing the sideline. He's now playing towards the middle. And I got scared on 4th down and threw the ball early like I have been. And because of that adjustment, he was able to be there, swat it away, get the turnover on downs. And then he goes back to the crosser. Deion Sanders on that crossing route is going to give me an aneurysm. 2nd and 22, he took a sack, and it gave him a little bit more space to go back to the crossing route. If I didn't get the sack, he wouldn't have been able to throw this crossing route. Where is my outside third? You might be asking, where is my outside third? He was just jerking off with Charles Wood. Him and Rod Woodson and Charles Wood, they were just jerking off, okay? They were just jerking off in the back of the field. So quit jerking your cock. Let's play some football, man. Now we're only up 3 points. We're still in the third quarter. He's got plenty of time. And I kind of realized that my offense started doing worse after he got out of big dime 1-4-6. And that's because he's got edge threats on, and I got no O-line ability. So I realized he was getting very quick sheds, which was making me hurry up my reads and making mistakes. So I decided I was going to try to take up as much time as I could off the clock, throw my underneath. I've still got the lead. And you guys will notice I got the ball in the third quarter, and it's already almost a 2-minute warning in the fourth because I've just been chewing this clock. Barry Sanders with a phenomenal play there on 2nd and 12. I think that single-handedly got us in the position we're in. So we end up kicking our 3 points, but we only left him a minute left in the game. So we took off almost a full quarter of time, and now he's got to go down and get 7 with only a minute to go. So my number one priority here is make him throw it inside the numbers, keep him in the middle of the field so we can't hit the sidelines, and don't let him throw that crosser. Now at the 42-yard line, he's got about 40 seconds remaining in the game, and he did not call his timeout. Now, because of this, he's got to make all his hot routes and adjustments and motions, and you see he's budging on 30 seconds here, and as he gets out of bounds at the 47-yard line just across midfield, time is running out. Now 3rd and 10, we played some really good defense on 1st and 2nd down, and we make him run it with Herbert. Now, unfortunately, he just stepped out of bounds, but he's only got 14 seconds left. It's a 4th and 1. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give him his underneath. He can throw that, take a little bit more time off the clock. We tackle him inbounds again and make him waste a timeout. So now only 8 seconds. Time is ticking. We only sent 2. He tries to throw this playmaker. We get a nice hit from Tre'Davious White, and now 2 seconds remain. At the 26, we play deep halves, 30-yard curls, all that good stuff. I know he wants to go to that crosser, so I'm just like running over there. And at this point, you know, time is ticking. He's just got to throw up a prayer. Herbie looking for somebody, desperately fires one deep, and no one is home, and we barely squeak away with the victory. So we end up keeping the win streak alive despite playing a very good opponent and almost blowing a 3-possession. Actually, it was a 4-possession lead because I was up by 17 and I had the ball. So we almost blew a 4-possession lead. It wasn't pretty, but a dub is a dub. Getting into game 10, the final one of this episode, starting off on the defensive side of the ball. And we're starting off not the hottest. My opponent is driving pretty well. Now 2nd and 10, running a cover 3 man coverage hybrid. I end up peeling off the running back to lurk something else, and he throws to the running back a tad second too late. Calvin Johnson there to get the interception, but for some reason, I don't know what it is with Calvin Johnson. Every time he gets an interception, he feels like he's running in quicksand. Like he just does not feel fast. I don't know why. A great throw right there from Cumcannon Gannon, getting us inside the red zone. Now at the 11, looking to find this out route, almost intercepted, but Jerry Rice able to fall to the ground and make the catch. 7-0. Good guys. Now 3rd and 15. He barely converts on that corner route. He's got a Jerry Rice of his own, but we get him in a 3rd and long once again, back to back, and he throws to the same corner route on the other side. Jerry Rice makes the catch again. We get him in a 3rd and long again. This time, pass interference or something. My user got like caught up on the route. I don't really know. We got the interception, but it didn't matter because the flag was on us. So we get an automatic 1st down now at the 15-yard line. But he's been barely squeaking out these conversions, and I'm assuming he's going to make a mistake. He throws it into coverage. This time, we finally come down with it. Rod Woodson getting the interception. Can he get a return out of it? Not really, but with 30 seconds left, that was a great way to end the half. Starting off in the 2nd half, it's our ball. We're up 7 points, so as long as we can go down and get 3, I will think this game is feeling pretty comfortable because the defense has been playing well enough where I don't really expect us to blow a 2-possession lead. My opponent playing some pretty heavy coverage here. He decides to blitz us with his user on 3rd and 20, and it lets us find Barry Sanders over the middle, who gets us to a 4th and very manageable 4th and 5. Of course, we're going to go over this. We see Deion Sanders wide open. His man fell down, but the curl flat from the other side of the field played the post. Maybe I threw it a second too late. I don't really know, but I was kind of bummed that a curl flat was able to play the post right there. But our defense holding strong. We get him in a 4th down, and we're looking to get this ball back and hopefully get on the board once again. But unfortunately, he does convert. He finds Reggie Bush in the flats, and the way he keeps squeezing out these conversions, it's looking like he might get on the board and tie up the game. 1st and 10 now. He finds a corner route. That's Jerry Rice burning Deion Sanders. Now in the red zone as we're ending the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10. I follow the running back on the underneath, and he throws a post behind it, thus tying up the game. It is now 7-7. I noticed he's been playing some man coverage with deep curl flats, and we find that S post. The trusty man beater, Deion Sanders, beating Deion Sanders. That's Deion on Deion violence, and it gets us inside the 10-yard line with 3 minutes to go in the game. We hand off to our main man, Barry, who gets across the goal line, scores a touchdown, extending the lead once again. So 2-minute warning has hit. We're now up 7 again, and this time we lurk low, go high, get the lurk, and with 2 minutes to go, it's our ball. We're in field goal range. Once we kick this field goal, we'll be up 2 possessions. We ran the clock down a little bit, and there's no kickoff, so there's no chance he can do like an onside kick or something like that. He knew that. Pierre has conceded the game, and that is going to conclude Part 2 of the Weekend League Recap. Part 3, games 11 to 15 will be up tomorrow, so I hope you guys are looking forward to that. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you are new, please hit that sub button, baby. Road to 100K. We are almost there. I'll see you boys very soon.
Now I'm on the